And what is going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. Of course, we always work on a weekday as well. It is ISG College Football. Yes, the intersection of sports and gaming. Folks, we're the only show that combines traditional sports and gaming as we talk the latest in the world of college football. And yes, College Football 26, the video game is out. You'll see a couple of college football players playing the EA college football game for cash and prizes as we bring you the latest in the world of the college pigskin here on the platforms of NESN Nation, of being Sports Channel, Players TV, and In the Black Network, as we come to you here from Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, off of Route 3. All right, let's come inside here, folks. Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, ISG Football, ISG College Football. Yes, our maiden voyage right here, and also ISG Basketball later in the week, man. It is good to be here once again, midweek for you guys. Like I said, on the platforms of NESN Nation, on being Sports Channel, Players TV, and In the Black Nation. Shout out to the good folks right here. The title sponsor, we are powered by Uno Pizzeria and Grill. Rainy little night here in the Jersey Swamps, North Jersey, not too far, right down the road on Route 3 from MetLife Stadium. Got the Stoopy Bowl this weekend. Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, off of Route 3. Shout out there to Lou and Elaine. It is musical bingo in the joint tonight at Uno Pizzeria and Grill. They are the guys, folks, that invented deep dish pizza back in 1943, drawing their identity and inspiration from their origins there in the shot, Chicago. Over 100 locations in some 20 states. They also serve pasta, steaks, seafood, burgers, and more. Also got craft beers, great cocktails, and of course, for your health nuts, those vegetarian dishes. Shout out to the good folks here. ISG College Football, powered by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, off of Route 3. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the co-host for the day. There he is on the left-hand side, Jarrett Guarantano from University of Tennessee, volunteer starting quarterback, also in the NFL with the Broncos and the Cardinals. UFL's San Antonio Brahmas. Green 80. Green 80. Kill, kill, kill. 52's the mic. 52's the mic. Roger. Liz. Easy. On Wednesday. Said,
Triple count. Larry, we're in college, so listen, we don't do that in college. There's no cadence. Just clap. Listen, we're fast-paced offense. We're high tempo. We're clapping. We're back in college. It's not Madden. We're not a Madden show on Tuesdays.
On three, man. On three.
I heard the three. You threw that out there. I was waiting for the clap, though. No clap.
I did clap. I did clap. You didn't see that?
He clapped.
So you jumped off sides. You're not paying attention.
I wasn't locked in. See, that's my problem. I never had to look in at the ball.
How you doing, brother, man? You see University of Tennessee in the intro, man, running through the team. Man, tell me a real quick story, man. What's it like running through the team? 103,000 folks there in Knox Vegas.
Probably the most exhilarating moments of my life. When I look back at it, you just think about it. I remember we're going and we're playing, I think it was Florida, and I felt the ground shaking on how loud the crowd was and how much they were jumping and standing and the whole stadium just erupting. I'm telling you, one of the craziest moments of my life, for sure.
All right, man. It's good stuff, man. A great story there. Speaking of stories, got story time with Alex Sims, former sportscaster, WSYR in Syracuse, a Syracuse alum, currently working at NESN, doing some indoor football league coverage. Alex, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Yeah. So you are a Heisman voter a few years ago, man. What's that like being a Heisman voter? That's a pretty big deal. I've worked in TV 25 years. I never voted for the Heisman.
I mean, no, it was a big honor. It just shows, all the hard work and effort that I've put in throughout the years in my career. I've worked in the business for 15 years, and I've really, really worked hard. And it just goes to show that, I'm a big deal. What can I say?
Oh, she's kind of a big deal. So when you voted,
not confident or anything.
Real quickly before we get started, you voted 4 years ago. Who did you vote for, and who won the Heisman that year?
Oh man, honestly, you're gonna kill me. I can't even remember. It was so long ago. But I can tell you that the process was very, very, we had to watch every single college football game every single time a team was playing. At the time I was covering the ACC. So, I was watching football games that were being played out west. So I was up until, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
It's a process. In order to be a Heisman voter, there's a lot that goes into it. You also have to, you can't just base your decision off of a whole team aspect. You have to base it on the player itself. So granted, the team doesn't do well, but you're also looking at maybe an insane wide receiver or a crazy quarterback.
Sure.
You know, you have to see, how many yards they threw. Just there's so many different aspects to a Heisman voter, but it was quite a process, and I wish I was able to do it more than once.
Gotcha.
But I can put it on my bucket list that I was,
Gotcha.
in fact.
I'll tell you what, your homework assignment for next week, I want to know who you voted for and who actually won 3 or 4 years ago. All right? Can you do that for me?
Yeah. You know how many people have asked me? I'm like, I can't even remember. It was that long ago. It was 4 years ago. I swear, I'm already losing my memory. I'm only 39 years old. I'm screwed.
Right. You got to watch West Coast football, so the Pac-12 back then. Of course, got the MACtion, and of course, my old, Conference USA with Middle Tennessee. A lot of conferences you got to watch. So you got to watch the P4s and the Group of 5 as well, right?
Your love for Middle Tennessee, man.
Yes, a lot of love for Middle Tennessee. You guys ready to get the show started right here as we come to you here from Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, off of Route 3?
Let's get it going.
All right, let's get it going. Let's take a look at the rundown here real quickly. Here for ISG College Football, powered by Uno Pizzeria and Grill. Texas topping the AP Top 25 poll, number one also in the coaches poll. We'll get into that. Ohio State's Jeremiah Smith, he says no more. We're not losing to Michigan again. That's a very big topic. We'll talk about that. OU, we'll talk about Oklahoma there. John Mateer, very serious story here. He denies the gambling allegations that are there with the Venmo screenshots. We'll talk all about that. Alabama names their starting quarterback, Ty Simpson. Will be QB1 down there in Tuscaloosa for Roll Tide. In Arkansas, they've got this 30-year-old wide receiver. How do they have a wide receiver that's older than any of my kids? Well, we'll tell you about that and the sort of path that he took from wherever he was to end up in Fayetteville. All right, let's take a look at the rules real quickly here. A couple of players playing college football here. EA Sports College Football, 26 for cash and prizes. Heisman, competitive game style. Their head-to-head current rosters, all 130-plus Division I teams are available. 5-minute quarters, King of the Hill format. If you win, you stay on the sticks. How about the prizes here? It's all about that shmoney. $50 guaranteed, $40 to the winner. Runner-up runs about this piece with $10. You win 4 straight weeks, folks. You do get an NFL license zip chair, folks. Go to zipchair.com. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. They make office furniture, gaming desks, you name it, sofas, stools, it's all there. Got NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, all the NCAA teams as well. And any custom pieces you want, they can get that done for you as well. Shout out to Tina Altadonna, the marketing lady down there at Zip Chair. They're located in Strong Island. Check them out online, zipchair.com. How about the matchup here as we talk about these two college football players playing for cash and prizes? JustZyrell playing with the Ohio State University. WhereIsChandler? He's right here. He's playing with Hooker, not UT. That'd be Jarrett Guarantano's old school, University of Tennessee. We're just going to say Texas. They are now in the SEC for the second straight year. Should be a good game there. Quick profiles here as we take a look at both of these young men. We'll start with Zyrell first, playing with Ohio State. He's from OHIO, Zyrell Rebels, Columbus, Ohio. Works for the Columbus Crew. Shout out to those Columbus Crew. Named Stadium Operations Team. Just a year ago. So they were best in MLS there. 24 years of age. Of course, he worked Stadium Operations, as I mentioned, for the Columbus Crew. Can he kick it? Of course he can. He can definitely kick it. How about the other guy? That would be Chandler. You're looking for Chandler. He's right here. Chandler Cooks from Dallas, Texas, deep in the heart of Texas, playing with Texas. Both of these guys playing with their home state schools. 22 years of age, as a college student, multiple ISG Madden playoff appearances. So shout out to Chandler as we get this game started. How about the standings here real quickly? MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Some 20 different varieties of grapes, folks. Molly Pop taking the world by sweet storm. You see that pink bag in your local grocery stores. You got to understand you're getting high quality produce, folks. Like I said, got the Molly Pop grapes. Also pressed juices as well. Check them out online. MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. First game right off the chute. First broadcast. First episode, we're all O&O. Let's get everybody in and get a quick prediction before we go ahead and get this thing started. And ladies first. We'll start with Alex Sims. Who are you taking here, Alex? Are you going with the Ohio State? You're going to dot that I, or are you going to go hook 'em with Bevo, University of Texas?
I'm going to go with Ohio State.
Okay.
I'm going with... I feel like they're reigning champs. I think they're, out to 2-peat. I don't know. I'm just going with Ohio State.
Okay, we'll see if they can repeat. But this is a game. Once again, in gaming, you'll learn it's all about who is controlling, who's got the stick skills. Jarrett.
I don't know. Me and Zyrell. I was grilling him earlier. I think he's got it going on. So we'll see.
Okay, that's good. That's a good pick. JG, who you got? JG's up the easy for cheesy. OSU, or you got Tex?
No, I'm gonna go with the fake UT.
Oh,
Texas here. Yes, the fake one, not the real one, unfortunately. But I'm gonna go with old reliable. I'm gonna go with old Chan. Obviously, he let me down last night. I went with him last night in Madden, but this is a new game. New game, new day. Whatever happened in the past, happened in the past. But I'm going with the fake UT, and I'm going with Chan for the win.
Actually got the Daniel Boone or David Crockett, not Daniel, but it'd be more Kentucky. David Crockett was a Tennessee guy. I love that old school UT Vol. I am with you here, kind sir. I'm going with Chandler too because I'm going to keep it in the SEC. They play football down south. I'm telling you, folks, it's a religion down there. Give me Texas down there in Austin, and folks, you got to keep Austin weird anyway. So give me Chandler in Texas as they go ahead and get this thing set. All right, guys, you guys ready to go? Chandler playing with Texas. Where's Chandler? He's right here on NESN Nation, Unbeaten Sports Channel, Players TV, and In the Black Network. Let's go ahead and lock it up. And his challenger will be JustZyrell playing with the Ohio State University. Can he kick it? Of course he can with the Columbus crew. Guys, played out right here. We'll talk to the winner at the conclusion of the game. Let's do it right here. Coming from Uno Pizzeria and Grill in Clifton, New Jersey, after Route 3 made a best man win. We'll see you guys at the end of the game. All right, folks, that pregame show brought to you by our good friends at Golf Zone Social. 3 locations, one in Brooklyn, West Nyack, and also Scarsdale location. Sports bar and indoor golf lounge with some 16 total bays, folks. They got 15 bays and one huge VIP suite there. They got the simulators and the suites. It is where golf literally meets social. The best indoor golf experience that you'll find. Indoor golf games, meaning unparalleled social engagement. You can play some 240 courses. It is a true experience. It is a bar, a sports bar, lounge, and a restaurant. All in one. Check them out online, golfzonesocial.com. And we're back here inside of Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, for ISG College Football. ISG, the intersection of sports and gaming. We're the only show that combines traditional sports and gaming at the same time. Literally, here, CBS Sports, ISG Football, ISG College Football, ISG Basketball. Jarrett Guarantano right next to me, to the right of me. He is a former University of Tennessee volunteer starting quarterback, playing in the NFL with the Broncos and the Cardinals, UFLs, San Antonio Brahmas. Alex Sims, sportscaster extraordinaire, used to work at WSYR in Syracuse, currently with NESN, doing some indoor football coverage, working the sidelines as a reporter there. Chandler, middle of the screen, dark background right there. Played with the University of Texas. Ooh, went deep there, not completed. JustZyrell playing with Ohio State. Going to be a heck of a matchup here in about 2 or 3 weeks, guys. About 3 weeks, Texas and Ohio State there in the horseshoe. All right, let's talk some real college football here, guys. We'll start right there at the top with Texas, University of Texas. The AP poll coming out earlier this week. Coaches poll was out, I want to say last week. Texas, number 1 in the coaches poll. Also number 1 in the AP poll. Top 10, Texas, Penn State, OSU, the Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, 6 through 10, Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, LSU, and Miami. Your thoughts here, Jarrett Guarantano, on the top 10 and Texas being the top 25. Is this the right call, or do you like Penn State or one of these other Big Ten teams? How about the SEC with 10 teams inside of the top 25? Do they make the right call here as to start the season with the AP poll?
Yeah, I was very intrigued to see the first coming out of the AP poll, obviously seeing the top 25, seeing what they were going to do with the top 3, top 5. But the thing that was the most different, the most difficult thing to gauge was 3 out of the top 10 teams going into this season have brand new quarterbacks. Right, they're first-time starters, and going
I think that number might be 7 out of 10 have new quarterbacks this year, dude.
Oh, 7 out of 10.
It's 7 out of 10.
So you're sitting there with Clemson. You're sitting there with not even Texas, Penn State, Clemson, and I'm forgetting one off the top of my head. But 3 out of the 10 going into it, returning quarterbacks. That means 7 of the unknown are going into games that are going to be in hostile environments, going into games that are a lot of unknown territory, whether it's play
LSU, Garrett Nussmeier. That's the other
Garrett,
one.
Yes, and he definitely can win the Heisman this year. They are loaded at wide receiver. And they're going into it not truly knowing the atmosphere and how games go. So the rise of ups and downs are going to be very intriguing for a lot of teams going into it early in the season. That's why I was very curious to see how they were to come up with this top 25. I also was very confused, not confused, but shocked with how Penn State was number 2 and they got so many votes. I do believe that
they were, I think, just 5 points separated. There it is right there, 1552 to 1547, 5 points separated, number 1 and number 2. Very close.
They were so close, very close to being a number 1 team. And I was thinking, I'm trying to figure out why. I'm looking at their depth chart. I'm looking at the reasons. Obviously, Drew Aller's coming into the season, and everybody anticipates him being a first-round pick. But I don't know if they're as stacked as people may think. I do think they're a very good team, but I want to see them get over the hump with Ohio State. That's just what I want.
Yeah, and then they got Oregon too this year. Good point.
Got Oregon up there. Oregon's also coming in with a new starting quarterback. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of unknowns going into the season quarterback-wise for these 7 teams. I'm very intrigued to see who their name starters and how they play.
Yeah, good point. Alex, your maiden voyage here on ISG College Football. Your thoughts here on the AP poll. Also, if you want, you can look at the coaches poll as well. Like I said, 10 SEC teams. Just your initial thoughts on the initial college football poll coming out preseason here.
My same thoughts that Jarrett had, but I do like the way that they put Texas right at the top. I think that they were right in that sense. I mean, Texas, if you look, they've gone out of their last 30 games, they've won 25 out of the last 30. So they've only lost 5, right? So you're looking at, a team that is dominant on both sides of the ball. You're looking at a team that also has a stud quarterback in Arch Manning. You also are looking
Speaking
at
of dominant, they just scored there, ties up the ball game. Hook 'em. Go ahead.
But you're also looking at a team that has made the college football playoff semifinals 2 years in a row. And while they may have lost, I think it was 12 players to the NFL, 3 were in the first. I think 3 of those 12 players were first-round draft picks. But not only that, this team knows how to recruit, and they recruit well. So I think what they did was, they did name Texas as the right choice for the number 1 preseason poll. As for the rest, I'm with Jarrett on that. I mean, I'm like you said, Penn State right behind them with only 5 points difference. I just think that it's really hard to gauge a preseason poll just because you don't really know. They haven't played an actual team.
That's what
yet,
makes
right?
college football so special, man.
Exactly.
It's talking season.
Exactly. Like, you don't really know until that first game. And not even. I feel like I've seen a lot of really good college football teams peak later on in the season. I think that's the best type of teams, when they're starting to really gel together. It's really hard to tell, but I think Texas, they got it right.
If I had to pick right now who the best team is, I'd probably start with them. One of those guys, either Penn State or Clemson. Am I crazy here, JG?
Not really. And I also see Clemson's quarterback also being in the conversation for a number 1 pick next year. I really do think that his growth last year going into it showed drastic change. And I really think that he's going to be a good football player. I do not know if he's going to have enough help around him in order to sustain that. I just think that they haven't recruited as well.
Got good receivers, all conference, all Americans on the defensive line. They might have 2 all Americans on the defensive line. They got some studs.
And they're also in the ACC too, and not as strong as the Big Ten SEC. But Cade going into it, very, very good player. I just don't know if they will, when they obviously go further along in the season and they get deeper into the season, going into the playoffs, I do not know if they have enough talent. I do not think that they recruit well enough, and they don't have enough depth right now at Clemson.
Penn State, I feel like, has just been inching closer and closer to that championship mentality. I think that they're right there on the cusp. I think that they might be the team to beat this year. Again, like, it's hard to tell with preseason, right? And also, it all depends on the quarterback. I mean, I think the quarterback is what makes a team. They're the backbone of every college football, and for any team, any football team, right? But I think, Penn State might surprise people this year.
Jarrett, lastly, before we get out here at the end of the first quarter, Texas Tech. Your thoughts on them? A lot of money in NIL, might be the best team of the Big 12. I look at teams like that, at Florida, Lagway, will he be healthy this year? But more specifically, Texas Tech. Want to get your thoughts on them as a sleeper, somebody that can slide into the CFP, the College Football Playoff.
Yeah, I think that they have a very good team returning. Obviously, I mean, you look.
Well, they spent a lot of money, that's for sure. Texas, $40 million roster, allegedly.
They were dishing that Texas money everywhere. But going into it, and when I look at that Big 12, I think one team that stands out, and I think that's Oklahoma. And I really do, obviously, we'll talk more about John Mateer, but I really do think that they made very great progress. It sounds like I'm talking about free agency, but this offseason, they did really good in the transfer market, and they also did very good recruiting. And I've said it before a couple of weeks ago. I think we were talking on Madden or whatever. But John Mateer is a dark horse Heisman candidate.
Yeah, you like him.
I've seen him play a couple of times.
We're going to talk about him a little later in the show.
A very, very, very. Yeah, we definitely will. But he's a very good football player going into it.
You're buying Oklahoma, really? Really?
I think they're going to be better. And
have you not looked at their schedule, man?
Listen, I know the SEC's. They're all good. When I viewed this year, I still do believe that SEC teams, if they lose 3 games, I still think that.
I think a 9-3 team is going to make it too. I do.
Yeah, so 3 lost teams, they should be taken into account that this is a very tough division. But also, you go into and there's teams like Florida, South Carolina, who are returning very, very good quarterbacks. You got Tennessee, who has probably one of the best defenses in the country. You got Texas A&M lurking around, Alabama lurking around, LSU. They might be really, really good. You have a lot of teams in the SEC right now that it's up for grabs, and I really do think that, it's going to be very tough with the toughest schedule and keeping guys healthy. You have to have a lot of depth, and it's going to be the teams that have a lot of depth that are able to get by in October, November, deep in the season games.
Right. Alex, before we get out of here, your thoughts here on the ACC. We're talking about Clemson. What about a team like Miami? We talked about Carson Beck being down there. He's finally healthy. I think a team like Georgia, with their quarterback situation, they might take a step back. That's somebody that could probably challenge Clemson there in the ACC. And then you got SNU. That's your neck of the woods, the ACC. What do you think there?
Yeah, and I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Syracuse. I mean, we got to talk about.
Well, they're going to start the season 0-1. They play Jarrett Guarantano's University of Tennessee Volunteers.
They start on 5.
Hey, look, Fran Brown
Love Fran.
has really gotten these guys to buy into Syracuse football, right? I think he's the top recruiter in the nation, okay? And not only is he a great recruiter, he's a great coach. He really reminds me of the Brad Stevens. Like, he has the brain to, like, literally to make that comparison. I mean, I think he has like that type of mentality when it comes to coaching at that level. And I think the way he coached his first year as a head. Let me remind you, that was his first year as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's never been a head coach before. But I think Syracuse might surprise some people this year.
All right, I like the fact that Fran Brown I think he's part of an NIL agency or something like that. I love that he's getting money for his name, image, and likeness. And I love, of course, the relationship that he has with Deion Sanders. Love how authentic he is and fresh he is when he talks. I love how he got rid of that receivers. Like, man, get out of here, man. We ain't paying you $2 million. I'm sorry. Love that.
I mean, honestly, though, like, he's not going to pay a player more than what he's going to pay his coach. His coaches. I get that. This isn't the NFL, okay? It's college football, man. I mean, come on. Right. I think he's doing it the right way. He knows that he's a great recruiter. He knows, okay, if you want to leave this program, I can get someone just as good or better. Right. So, I mean, I like what he's doing in the program, and I think he's going to surprise a lot. I think Syracuse alone, and I'm not trying to be a homer here. Right. I'm not, because we were never a football school.
Sure.
We were never. We've always been a basketball school.
We're going to talk about them in about less than 3 weeks when they go down to Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium down there, and play University of Tennessee August the 30th. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right, got a 21-7 ball game. Zyrell playing with the Ohio State's got the lead here. That first quarter brought to you by our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Located there in Bayonne, New Jersey, where our trap at. Authentic Mexican restaurant, open 7 days a week. Folks. Located right there on Broadway in Bayonne, New Jersey. Great food, atmosphere, great affordable drinks. Libations are definitely flowing. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. there. Mariachi shows every other Tuesday. You've been watching the show. You've seen the great outfits and the decor there as they wear those outfits. Is pretty cool there. DJs on the weekends, late nights on the weekends as well. Got great food. They got that patio as well. Nice here, summertime in New Jersey. Check them out. The Golden Eagle is landed there in Bayonne, New Jersey. El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, online, aguiladoradorestaurant.com. We're back here for ISG College Football, folks, powered by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, off of Route 3. Larry Ridley here, CBS Sports. ISG College Football, the only show, folks, that combines traditional sports talk and gaming at the same time. Got my guy here, Jarrett Guarantano, to the right of me there, former University of Tennessee volunteer starting quarterback. Also played with the Broncos and Cardinals, the UFL San Antonio Brahmas. To the right of him is her. She is her, Alex Sims, former broadcaster at WSYR-TV in Syracuse, New York. Also currently with NESN, covering the Indoor Football League, sideline reporter for the Lowell team there. Bottom left-hand corner of the screen, Chandler playing with University of Texas, down by 14. Going to need some help here to get back in the game. Zyrell, bottom right-hand corner of the screen, playing with Texas, and it looks like he's in the red zone again, trying to put this thing up by a 3-score advantage. Let's get back to the topics here, guys. We're just talking about Ohio State. How about their receiver? I think he's the best player in college football. Alex, if you were still a Heisman voter, this would be the favorite right now to win the Heisman. It's either going to be him. What do you think? You think so?
Yeah, I mean, but again, you gotta let the season play out a little bit. I mean, you never know. I mean, God forbid, injuries happen, right?
Sure.
There's a lot of factors that go into a Heisman voter, right? You have to look at so many different things. So I mean, right now, if we were to vote right this second, yes, 100%. But you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Right. I want to get your thoughts here, Jarrett. So Ohio State's Jeremiah Smith, we were talking about the receiver there, stud, 5-star, picked Ohio State last year. We saw the numbers that he put up last year, phenomenal numbers, won the national title with Ohio State. He had a promise, and here's his quote, talking about Michigan. Remember, Ohio State lost to Michigan last year and still won the national title, but all they can talk about is that loss to that team up north. Here's what Jeremiah Smith said about Michigan. I just hate them, speaking of Michigan. For the next 2 years, I promise you, I will not lose to them. That's a damn guarantee right there, JG. And your name's got guarantee in it, pretty much, Guarantano. You like this from old Smith, man, Jeremiah? I love it. Love it.
No, I love it. I mean, everybody that I've ever heard talk about him says that he's one of the most competitive people that they've ever been around. And the fact that they lost that game, very fluky game, didn't understand why. Honestly, I do think that the loss helped them create a monster, and I do think that they woke up an entire different beast going into the college football playoffs. So,
yeah, your boys know when they went into Ohio State in the college football playoff.
But I'll say this. We probably played the best game versus them in all the playoffs. It was a very good game.
It was very competitive. It was. You know, just down, 10 points, something like that, yeah?
Yeah, it was a good game. And then they went up the next week and they played Oregon, who everybody
Well, if you get that fumble that they did not call at the very beginning of the game, it may have changed and been different.
They scored that drive, but
they did.
They played them tough. Then they absolutely smoked Oregon after that next week. But whatever, that's outside.
Who was the number one team in the country, by the way?
That was everybody's favorite.
Right.
I love it, though. Obviously, you want this competitiveness, and everybody understands Ohio State-Michigan rivalry is probably the best rivalry in college football, right? So, the fact that they had lost to this team, that Michigan was kind of down and out, but they still got this win. A lot of people, even Ohio State fans, were very dissatisfied with that. Obviously, they wanted a national championship, but if they didn't win that national championship, the season was a complete bust just because of this loss to Michigan. So it's cool seeing the players grasp that kind of culture and that energy, and I believe him. I think, listen, I think he's going to get fed the ball. He might go for 4 touchdowns this year for some, just because he's that fired up, but great player, and obviously he's probably going to back it up because I don't know anybody that can stick him in college football. Yeah,
man. I mean, Tennessee had an All-American corner and had another, all conference caliber corner with Ricky as well.
In college football right
now. He is.
Cool.
I agree. Yeah, Gerard McCoy. He's All-American right now, preseason All-American. Alex, your thoughts here? You like the guarantee by Jeremiah Smith? Look what he did last year: 70 catches, 1,200 yards, 14 tubs. Woo! That's some really good stuff.
Yeah, he's a stud, and going off of what Jarrett said, he literally took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say that Ohio State, Michigan, they're two of the biggest rivals in college football, right? And I think as a reporter for 15 years, when I used to cover Michigan and Michigan State, I always used to ask both sides, whoever lost that game that season, do you still have that bad taste in your mouth? And they do. I mean, they have that bad taste in their mouth until they play them next. And I guarantee you Smith is still having nightmares about that. I mean, he actually didn't play bad that game. I think, if I'm correct,
he had the only touchdown.
He had the only offensive touchdown that whole entire game. He had 5 catches for 35 yards, the only offensive touchdown. He did do his part, right? And I think especially for a guy that, put it all out there and then still lost, oh yeah, it's hurting him bad. And you do not want to play him if you're Michigan.
All right, late stages here of the second quarter. This game takes forever. A lot of passing, man. Oh my goodness gracious, man! There's another touchdown. Yeah, we might have to change the rules here and go 4-minute quarters, man. It's too much here. So 17 seconds left here. I'll go ahead and get the read in. The second quarter, not completely done, but go ahead and get the read in. The second quarter brought to you by good friends, Corner Square Pizzeria, folks, located in Bayonne, New Jersey, 956 Broadway. Folks, they are changing the pizza game, one slice at a time. Great people eat great pizza. They got pies, sandwiches, appetizers, sides, salads, and desserts. Barstool owner, there he is, Dave Portnoy, came through recently at the store there in Bayonne. Gave them a great score, I believe. One bite pizza, 8.3. That's pretty good. Also, love the cheesesteaks as well that they have there. And look, they got a lot of different variety of foods. Go ahead and see the owner, Paulie, and the son, Peter. Guys, I'll see you later in the week. Shout out to the folks at Corner Square Pizzeria, cornersquarepizzeria.com. We're back here inside of Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. They're with their CBS Sports ISG College Football here on your TV screen, here on NESN Nation, Unbeaten Sports Channel, Players TV, and the Black Network. We're the only show that combines traditional sports talk and gaming. I got my sidekicks here as we are about to end the first half here. 5 seconds left, 35-21. 56 points in the first half. Jarrett Guarantano below me on the right-hand side there. He is playing. He played at the University of Tennessee. He's not playing anymore. Played at the University of Tennessee. Also the Broncos and the Cardinals in the NFL, UFL, San Antonio Brahmas. Got our good friend here, new here on the show, Alex Sims, former sportscaster, WSYR television in Syracuse, New York, and currently with NESN, covering the indoor football league there. She's a sideline reporter. At the bottom of the screen on the left-hand side there, Chandler playing with Texas, down by 14, last play of the first half here. On the right-hand side, bottom there, JustZyrell playing with Ohio State. He's got a 14-point lead here as they go from the second half, second quarter to the third quarter. Guys, go ahead and speed this game up if you can. All right, back to the topics, guys. All right, very serious topic here as the third quarter is about to start. Oklahoma's John Mateer in the news this week, accused of gambling, denies the gambling. There was some screenshots, some Venmo accounts of him talking about gambling and putting USC versus UCLA. This was some 3 years ago. Screenshots there. He said it was an inside joke between him and some buddies, but there was actually like 3 screenshots, with 2 of them in question. One said gambling, the other one said USC versus UCLA. They actually did play on that day as well. Crazy ball game, like 45-42 between those 2. He also wanted to say his side of the story as well. He said the allegations that I once participated in sports gambling, they're false. My previous Venmo descriptions did not accurately portray the transactions in question, but were instead inside jokes between me and my friends. I've never bet on sports. I understand the seriousness of the matter, but recognize that, taken out of context, those Venmo descriptions suggest otherwise. I can assure my teammates, coaches, and officials at the NCAA that I have not engaged in any sports gambling. Now, keep in mind, he's denying this, got the Venmo screenshots. That is a 6-game suspension, at least, if you are caught gambling on any NCAA sport. Those Venmo screenshots said that he did. Now, look, I mean, we don't know what's going on. This is alleged. This is reportedly here. Your thoughts here. And also, Oklahoma's looking at this as well, Jarrett Guarantano. They said right now there's no need for a huge investigation with the NCAA, but they're looking at this. Your thoughts here on what John Mateer is in as he transfers in from Washington State to Norman?
Yeah, I'm very skeptical about this situation. I think the weirdest part was the timing and the dates, right? I think it's with either the same day or within the same day, or the next day, I should say.
I think they were both the same day, November 22nd or something like that, 2022.
Like, I was super, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, no. And then I went to go check the games, timing and everything. I was like, all right, that's a little weird. Now, obviously, if he went back, and obviously you can go look at your Venmo history, and it's like a $2 thing, or it's like $5, like $10. Like, okay, it's serious, but at the same time, we get a little slap on the wrist for it. Obviously, you shouldn't be doing that. Everybody understands we have meetings in college football. I remember we used to have 5-6 meetings before football even started in camp, just talking about not being able to gamble, not doing certain things, substances, all this stuff. So obviously they should take action. But listen, if he's saying it's not, and they're able to find the history and see that it's $4, $5, then all right, what are we going to do about it? But I hope that he doesn't miss, because obviously I'm high on him. I just talked about him before. I really do think he's a very good player. Yeah, I do think he's a very good player. And he's going from, obviously, Washington State to the SEC, so that might be a little bit change of a pace over there, talent-wise.
Yeah. Can you say defense in the old Pac-12 and independent status, basically, where they basically paid in the Mountain West last year?
Listen, he's a freak athlete, though. I don't. He's going to be able to run away from some people, but he's not going to be able to do the runaround things that he could or has been doing, but who knows? I just hope that he's able to play. Of course, I hope that he's not able to play enough for my Tennessee Vols to be lower in the rankings because of them, but I would like to see him play this year. And I hope that it's all just false allegations.
You and I, they host Oklahoma this year. Of course, Tennessee beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma last year. Coach Josh Heupel going back to his alma mater and beating them pretty good there in Norman last year. This game returning in Knoxville. Alex, your thoughts here on John Mateer and the gambling allegations? He denies them. Look, I'm always going to say presumed innocent until proven guilty. That's how it is in this country, and I'm going to give him and afford him the same rights here. But your thoughts here on these Venmo screenshots?
Well, first of all, do we know if this was public or private that he made these Venmo screenshots? Were these, because you can make them public and private, you know? So like, here's my thought, like, if they were public, right? He's at the age where he knows that you can switch it from public to private. So like, it's not like he's like a 50-year-old that I'm aging people here. Like my dad is 60. My dad is 68, and like he would not know if you were to Venmo me, he would not know to make something private or public, right? This kid definitely knows. So I think that kind of alone, like I think that if it was an actual gambling bet that he was Venmoing, I think he would know to make it private. Do we know if it was or not? Like I don't know.
I don't know.
Two, he's a stud player, and like Jarrett said, like these players have classes on this type of stuff. He knows that, you know, gambling is prohibited. He knows all the rules and regulations. So yeah, I mean, if it was $5 slap on the wrist, again, I really don't know. And again, like you said, you know, he's not guilty until he's proven so, right?
All right, we'll keep an eye on old John Mateer. They got a big game. I think they played Michigan early on in the season. Of course, they play at Tennessee. Got the same schedule as last year. Got, you know, Ole Miss as well. They got a lot of tough games, man. Got to play Alabama and Auburn as well, LSU. They got some tough games, man. Texas again at the State Fair. Also, we'll keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this game. It's 35-35. Who knew? We're tied here. Late stages of the third quarter, about 20 seconds remaining. We'll go ahead and do the read now. The third quarter brought to you by good friends at Chubby's Sports Bar and Grill. We were just there a couple of weeks ago, also located in Bayonne, New Jersey, 812 Broadway. It's Bayonne's favorite sports bar. Great food, good vibes, and a fun atmosphere. I was there this past Sunday. That was a couple of Sundays ago with the day party there. I mean, the DJ had it litty, as the kids like to say. We all need a place to sort of relax after work, right? So why not do it with a drink in your hand? Bayonne's top-rated burgers, wings, they got the dry rub and the sauce, grilled shrimp, tacos, Mexican street corn, fried shrimp, salty pretzels, seafood baskets, and they're open Tuesday through Sunday, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., folks. Check them out, Chubby Sports Bar and Grill. Check them out online, folks, chubbybayonne.com. All right, we're back here on NESN Nation of Being Sports Channel Players TV in the Black Network. Literally, CBS Sports, ISG College Football here. The intersection of sports and gaming, folks. We're the only show that combines and talk traditional sports and gaming at the same time. Got Jarrett Guarantano, former University of Tennessee volunteer, starting quarterback here as well. Alex Sims, former sportscaster, WSYR TV, and currently with NESN Nation and NESN covering the arena football. Or I guess I shouldn't say arena football. I knew I was going to say AFL. IFL, Indoor Football League, there with the Lowell team there outside of Boston. Got a Madden game. Oh, it's not Madden. It's actually college football. We do Madden, ISG football early in the week. This is college football. Got a game going on, tied at 35 here. Fourth quarter, about 4.5 minutes to go. Chandler playing with Texas. He is on defense right now. Our other guy, Zyrell, it's dark wherever he is. Zyrell, if you can hear us, turn your light on. He's playing with Ohio State. He's got the ball. See if he can go ahead and get the go-ahead score here in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, back to the topics. We're just talking about quarterbacks. Quarterback at Alabama. We're talking about Oklahoma playing Alabama. Oklahoma beat Alabama last year, and Jalen Milroe, the guy behind Jalen Milroe, was Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson has been named the starting quarterback at the University of Alabama. He's going to be QB1. Well-deserved there. He's been there some 3 years. Was a top 30 or 40 recruit back in 2022. So he's been there for 3 years. Played behind Milroe and also our guy Bryce Young too. Yeah, that's right. He played behind both of those guys. Who's currently with the Carolina Panthers. Waited his turn, so he's going to get a shot. JG, your thoughts here on Ty Simpson? Did Bama and DeBoer get this right?
Absolutely. I've known Ty for quite some time now. When Ty was in high school, I was actually his host for a day at Tennessee. We thought we had a chance of getting
He's from
him.
Tennessee. I think he's from Martin, Tennessee. His dad's the coach at UT Martin.
We had a chance. He came a couple of times. I really liked visiting with him. He's a really good dude, really good kid. He was always super nice, a gentleman, absolutely. And his dad, obviously, long time head coach. He's a head coach right now at UT Martin, which is awesome. Obviously, we love the Tennessee boys, but I think they got this right. I mean, mature kid. He's a leader in the room. He's sitting there, and he's been able to understand and grasp things differently in the year 2 with DeBoer. And I just think that this is the smartest thing. Obviously, they have a very talented freshman coming in, true freshman right now. Who knows where that leads next year? Maybe it's another Tua, Jalen Hurts situation. But for right now, what the team needs, I think they need Ty Simpson right now at quarterback at the helm.
Alex, you like this? Ty Simpson, QB1 for Alabama.
Yeah, I do. I think he did his time. He served as the backup for 2 seasons, right? I think that, he studied the playbook. He worked hard. Like I said, I like how they're staying loyal and picking the older guy, right? I think, again, like I said before, a quarterback is the backbone of any team. The guy knows the playbook. He's seasoned, and he obviously has more experience than the 2 other guys that are behind him, right? And I think this really is no surprise. Grubb, who's the OC, I believe, and DeBoer have been stating, for the last couple of weeks that he is the guy. They're not trying to keep it a secret. They obviously know that he's the most experienced, and there was never really any competition. I think DeBoer said from day one that this was it, at least for now, unless these other 2 guys really show them up. But again, we can't really tell until the start of the season, at least a few weeks in. But yeah, I think for now you want to have a guy that knows the playbook, who is not a rookie, who has played college ball or can understand college ball. I think it's a big transition going from high school to college, and he obviously knows what to expect, and I think he's the right fit.
Yeah, I like it as well. So we'll see about Ty Simpson, like I said, his coach's son, and Alabama with a tough opener at Florida State. So we'll be keeping our eyes on that. Real quickly, want to get another story in before we get out of here, guys. Late here in the fourth quarter, 45 seconds to go. You got Chandler playing with Texas. Can he hook him at the end and get this go-ahead touchdown? We'll keep an eye on this. How about the University of Arkansas? Got a 30-year-old receiver. Can they call the Hogs in Fayetteville? Yes, they can. They got a 30-year-old receiver. His name is Monte Harrison, former 4-star recruit coming out of high school. But he went to play baseball. It was a second-round pick, so you understand it. In the MLB amateur draft, I believe about 11 years ago, 2014, I believe. Played with the Brewers, Marlins, Angels. So pretty much nearly a handful of teams. Now he's a sophomore, and he just turned 30 last week. He was a freshman last year as a 29-year-old. JG, I think there was a tight end that was a ninth year senior that played last year, the year before last. This is getting out of hand in this NIL age. Look, I'm all for it. It's never too late to go back to school, but damn, bro. Like, really?
Oh, yeah, 30 is crazy. Listen, my old-time coach, Chris Winkie, he was my quarterback, one of my quarterback coaches.
Yes. Florida State?
Florida State, same exact kind of career. Went to play baseball. Monte was a second-round pick in the MLB.
Yes,
obviously,
amateur draft.
Probably did the same thing and went to play baseball for this whole time. And he was bouncing around. He got a cup of coffee in the show. He actually played in the bigs too a little bit. Yeah, and he lived his dream. Obviously now I don't know. Like, he's running around in the leg sleeve with number 82 on, and he's 30 years old in the kids' locker room. But I mean, I don't know. Listen, maybe he wanted to finish out college, and it was his dream to play college football still, which I respect. Ooh, big kick, big field goal. But listen, what are you gonna do? If it's his life, it's his dream. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if he can move around. It looks like he's pretty stiff out there running around. But, hey, listen, good for him. Maybe he'll get a touch. I know he had a couple catches last year. He had a big onside kick I was reading up on previously. But, listen, good for him. Living the dream. He played MLB football, MLB baseball. Maybe he'll play in the NFL. I don't know.
Well, see, it's not fair. He's got his grown man body, man. Can you imagine this 30-year-old against some 17-year-old kid from high school? Like,
he's got the full-grown beard.
Yeah.
He's running around. He's experienced life minimally.
Alex.
Minimal.
Is that game over? Was that the game winner? Texas? Chandler came all the way back. All right, we'll talk about. Go ahead, Alex, real quick.
I mean, well, if he can come back and Tom Brady return for a 5th year, like seriously, I think this is absolutely nuts. I mean, good for him though, right? You got to give it to him. I mean, he played 10 seasons of pro baseball. He actually played in the MLB for the Marlins and I think the LA Angels.
Brewers, Angels, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at least all I can think about is like he's kind of doing a switch like what Tebow did. Like I wasn't good at football, so I'm gonna try baseball. You know how Tebow did that? And
right,
now,
he
but
did.
he's
With
doing
the
the
Mets.
other way around, right? And I'm like, I remember reporting and interviewing some of these guys. I'm like, you look like 40 years old. Like this is literally, but this kid literally, well, he's not 40, but close enough, right? I mean, he's like a man. He's a man, and he's gonna be going up against, like you said, like these young kids. I mean, good for him though. Give him props. He wants to go back and live out his dream. You can't hate on that.
Right.
God forbid he gets hurt. I mean, the kid.
We don't want that.
I don't know, man. He seems like I don't know.
Well, keep an eye on old Monte Harrison, the 30-year-old receiver there at Arkansas. Good luck to him. We'll see how it all plays out. Maybe he can go play in the NFL and he'd be like 33 by the time he gets to the NFL. He got 1 year to play in the NFL. All right, the game is over. Shout out to Chandler. Came back, played with the University of Texas, gets the win. That fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends 902 Brewing Company. We were just there the other night for ISG football, talking NFL. They're located in Jersey City, 101 Pacific Avenue. Craft brewery there in Jersey City, producing those ales and lagers, handcrafted beers, the best atmosphere. Curated good times made right there in Jersey City. Got the spacious tap room. Hosting a variety of events. Also got the beautiful rooftop. We showed you that as well, looking at the skyline of Manhattan and lower Manhattan as well. Shout out to Don and the good folks there at 902brewing.com. Some 20 different varieties of beers there at 902 Brewing. We're back here inside of Uno Pizzeria and Grill in Clifton, New Jersey, off of Route 3, Larry Ridley Studio Sports. ISG College Football here on your screen on NESN Nation, Unbeaten Sports Channel, Players TV, and in the Black Network. Guys, the college football game is over here on our maiden show. Episode 1 here. Jarrett Guarantano, University of Tennessee volunteer starting quarterback. Got Alex Sims, former reporter at WSYR in Syracuse, and also currently with NESN Nation and NESN Indoor Football League. Chandler playing with Texas as we talk traditional sports. We had a gaming going on as well. EA Sports College Football 26. Chandler came back, playing with the University of Texas. Chandler, talk to us, dude. What got into you there in the second half to pull out this win over JustZyrell in Ohio State?
We just had to put pressure on him, and he couldn't block, so we was just trying to get pressure on guys, and we was trying to make him make a fast read.
Block?
So yeah, not like that. It was just his team couldn't block, so it was like we had to make him make a read, and once we finally got pressure on him, it was wraps from there.
That was shots fired right there. I heard you. Oh, his team couldn't block. So the team couldn't block. What was working for you? What allowed you to get back into the game and ultimately pull it out there? And talk to us about the last drive.
Just getting those defensive stops when we needed them, and then also just being able to mix the run in with the pass and not put the ball in harm's way. And that's pretty much what it was to help us win the game.
All right, got you. Real quickly, your thoughts here. What do you think about Jeremiah Smith promising that he's not going to lose the next 2 years to Michigan?
Oh, I believe it. I think that loss last year, especially with the way that they lost and the whole flag planting thing, like that really fueled them to like they're not gonna lose anymore. So I definitely believe it. And Michigan, I mean, they have Bryce Underwood, but we don't know. He's a kid, so we don't know how he's gonna really pan out. But I believe him.
John Mateer, what do you think about the allegations? Does it look fishy to you, or do you think there's smoke there with the allegations of gambling? He denies that, but what do you think about those Venmo screenshots?
Now listen, we don't condone gambling, okay?
Absolutely not.
But if you're gonna do it, be smart.
Responsibly. It's like drinking.
If you're gonna do it, be smart. And we see, it's no way that you can take that out of context when it literally says, USC versus UCLA. So
on the same day that the game was going down.
On the same day. That's like having plans to rob a bank and the bank get robbed and you get caught and you like, I didn't rob the bank. You know, it's like, come on, dude.
It's a joke in broad daylight. Lastly, before we get out of here in about 10 seconds, what about this 30-year-old receiver at Arkansas, Monte Harrison, man?
Oh, they got to do something about that, man. It's a man amongst boys, man, and he too grown. He got kids, a mortgage, a house.
Wow.
He done probably touched about a couple millions.
That's allegedly. That is not true. We don't know that, America. Don't listen to him. We don't know that. We can't put that on.
He got a 401k, man. That is unfair.
Yeah.
But,
all right, man. We got to run. Shout out to you. You'll be playing next week, man. You're going to be the king of the hill. How do you, real quickly, about 5 seconds, you like the new college football 26?
Yeah, I feel really confident in it. You know, I haven't been up here in a minute, so gonna go ahead and lock in and try to, stay up here as long as I can.
Yeah, we might go 4-minute quarters for you guys next week. I'm just being honest about that. All right, man. If you want to be like Chandler or JustZyrell, man, you can join us right now. Go to theisgshow.com/CFB, ages 13 and up, all online. You can win cash and other prizes. Weekly King of the Hill format. You win, you stay on the sticks. Once again, join us right now. You can win cash and prizes, folks. If you're 13 years of age and up, theisgshow.com/CFB. Don't do it today, but do it to now. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here before we do. The postgame show brought to you by right here. Our title sponsor, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, Route 3. They're the guys. Invented deep dish in 1943. Drawing their identity and inspiration from their origins there in the Chi, Chicago. Over 100 locations in some 20 states. They serve pasta, steak, seafood, burgers, and more. Craft beer, great cocktails, and vegetarian dishes. Check them out online, unos.com. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. Been a great show. Shout out to Chandler, our current King of the Hill. We'll see him next week playing college football. Week 2 as we lead into literally week 0 of the college football season. Shout out to Alex Sims, reporter there and anchor at WSYR, formerly at WSYR in Syracuse, now with NESN and the Indoor Football League there. Silent reporter Jarrett Guarantano, Blue 80. 18's the mic, 20's the mic, 16's the mic, whoever is the mic. Shout out to Jay Jeezy for Sheezy right there. We'll see him next week as well. That'll do it here from Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports. ISG College Football, folks. We're the only show that combines traditional sports and gaming. We'll see you for ISG Basketball later in the week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.